I really appreciate because I like getting what I know out. I come from North Carolina, and I watched my grandmother for many years make potions in bottles with vodka and things like that and herbs.
Wait. With vodka?
Vodka was one of them, but there was many solutions in bottles.
Okay.
And she used to put different herbs in it that she used to get from out in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
And people used to come by, and she would heal them. So my base starts from that.
Wow.
My roots.
Okay.
So that's still in me.
Mm-hmm.
I never threw it away. So going forward, I was always close to Dr. Sabi, Dick Gregory, and there's a lot of other people I was always close to. And when I told them I was going to school to be a nurse, they laughed. They said, "Oh, you're going to heal people, right?"
Okay.
They don't heal people; they kill people. And then he broke down what hospice mean and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I said, oh, I'm gonna do it anyway. So I did it and found out that was true, basically. It's all about the pharmaceutical people. So I do a multitude of things. I make dolls, I sew, I make jewelry, I do ceramic on the wheel, I blow glass, I do stained glass.
Wow.
I go find a sheep, I shave it, I take the fleece and wash it, I dye it and spin it into yarn and make beautiful blankets out of it. So I never know what I want to do, but I'm glad that I do what I do, because once I get tired of one thing, I'll do another thing. Mm-hmm. And that's the fun part of it. And I have a little shop. I do hair there, natural hair only, healthy styles. And I make jewelry, that's in there. I do oils. I also have people that come to me who have certain situations with their health. And one thing I tell them is when they go to a doctor, make sure you get a urine analysis in addition to your blood work.
Okay.
Because what the urine analysis does is it lets you know your renal, your
kidney.
Yeah, your kidney, your liver, your heart, blood pressure. They have certain numbers that you can gauge what your health is. If you don't have that, you could end up with, like, when people end up with stage 4, kidney failure.
Okay.
That's because certain things weren't being checked
along the way,
along with the blood. Mm-hmm. And you have to be your own advocate these days.
Oh, yeah.
Because people just don't care. So you have to love yourself enough to care for yourself and ask questions. And if you're with someone who you can't ask questions with, just leave. Find somebody else.
Right.
Because you have to love you enough to know what to do.
Right.
Or to ask questions and feel comfortable asking questions. Or have someone who's an advocate for you there with you.
One of the things about asking questions that my mother had taught me coming up is you have questions before you go to the doctor's office. Mm-hmm. And then when you get there, you tend to forget.
You write them down.
So you write them down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then bring it with you.
Yes.
Because if not, you're going to leave out something.
Yes.
And being a baby boomer,
yes.
we tend to forget things.
Exactly.
Is that correct? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had a situation without naming any names. A physician who I've had for many years. And I had a situation where I was in a car accident and I had concussion kind of possibly stuff going on and back stuff going on. And I called to get a authorization for to go to a PT, a physical therapist. Mm. And man, they took their time with me. Being a baby boomer, I have to avoid stress and anxiety.
Okay, let me interrupt you just a minute. You said being a baby boomer. So what's your age? I didn't ask you that in the beginning.
I would be turning either 72 or 73. I was born on November 3rd, 1953.
Okay.
I've put my age up and back, and sometimes I want to be younger, sometimes I want to be older. It all depends on the situation. Okay. But I'll be 72 this year, November. Yeah, so I looked for another doctor, and I deal with the spiritual, put it out there in the universe. And I found the perfect doctor. She did the urine analysis. I hadn't had that done since I was a teenager, because I was thinking with all this technology, you can get that from the blood lab, because especially when you go to the LabCorp.
Yeah.
I thought they'd do all of that. So I was thinking they do that with the blood, so you don't have to do the urine. She
Blood
said,
and urine go together. They look at that.
Yeah.
Should look at that together.
That's important. But that's why people are getting sick. And they're ending up with stuff going on with them because nobody's checking that. So it makes me think of people, the thing that's going on with women who are pregnant and how they die, or the baby die, or they both die. People are, you have to be your own advocate, or bring somebody with you that asks questions and who's listening in so they can help you figure this thing out for the most part. So my thing is be your own advocate, or bring an advocate with you.
Yeah. I like to add to that, if you don't mind. I think being your own advocate is very important, but you need to share with your children.
Yes.
Your adult children.
Yes.
Share your
Absolutely.
medical history with them.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are closed mouth. They don't want their adults kids to worry, so they don't share that. But that's important.
Very.
Let them know their history, and you share it with them. So if something's happening, they know what to ask.
100%. 100%. So I enjoy life by the mere fact that I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own business. I can sleep all day for 2 days or for 1 week or whatever.
For 1 week? Wait a minute now.
Yeah, I could do that. It's not like I have a lot of money. I just pay my bills 2 and 3 months in advance.
And you figure, okay, it's paid, so I'm
It's
gonna
paid,
sleep
so I can
now.
sleep, yeah, but you got to get your grind on to pay it up for 2 or 3 months, right?
Yeah.
So when you do that, you feel free, and you feel like you're not living from check to check, even though you kind of are, but it's down the road. So I do a lot of different things. I rotate. I work with children. I work in the community. I used to work with Girls Incorporated, YWCA, the Boys and Girls Club, things like that. So children are my heart. Okay. And I love talking about health because a lot of people don't know about health. A lot of people don't read about it. They don't Google it up. And things are so simple. It's like drinking water. I mean, your body is like 75%, 90% water. So the most important thing you need to drink is water, not sodas, not juice, because it's full of sugar.
Right.
And sugar is crack.
Yeah.
And every store I go into, I am just amazed at how much sugar is in there. Nothing healthy. You might see the grapes over there in a carton, apple, banana, orange, and that's it. The rest of the store is nothing but chips, cookies, peanuts,
sugar,
laced with sugar,
salt,
fat. And those things are processed. Those are the things that's killing us. Sometimes all we need to do is make sure our water, drink our water during the daytime. Sometimes all we have to do is eat an apple.
Okay.
You can eat grapes, preferably the seeds. Every fruit you eat, make sure the seeds are in there. If the seeds are not there, there's hardly any nutritional value.
Right.
You can eat 15 to 20 grapes a day. That can be all you can eat if you want. Berries, cherries, raspberries, strawberries are perfect because they don't spike your glycemic index. Watermelon with the seeds are perfect.
Yeah.
You can eat that for 30 days or 90 days, and it don't spike anything.
Let me interject here. Now, you said with seeds several times. Yes. And I'm one, I look for fruit with seeds, but it's very difficult these days. Yeah. Like grapes, they are seedless.
Yes.
Watermelons. many of it is seedless. You have to find a store that keeps the ones with the seeds.
Yeah. Or a truck that bring the watermelon.
Yeah, if you could find a truck where they farming and they bringing it to an area, that's great.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not easy anymore.
It's not easy, and I don't know why they removed the seeds. I have no clue. But if I really want, like the international store near Turner and Midlothian, they have the grapes with seeds, the red one, and it has on the card seeds.
So for those of you that are in Virginia, she's talking about a Virginia location. And yes, For the Love of Baby Boomers is global, but I'm pretty sure that you have places that have their farmers that come out with their fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I usually try to get with the farmers because they're the last that people look for. The trucks used to be all over the place. I can't find them anymore. They used to be by the VA. They used to be by the flea market on Jeff Davis. I mean, they used to be all over. I don't know if they died out or fell off or what, but it's hard to find a seeded watermelon.
Yeah.
You don't want to get the watermelon too soon because when you get those early watermelons, they don't taste as well.
No.
A lot of times they're frozen. So when they put them in a big freezer, and the way you can tell is when you get it home, the next day it's soft.
they do the same with avocados. I know they freeze them. I know my
they
avocados.
do. Yes.
And I could tell when they have been frozen.
That's why I try to go and get them fresh. Wherever, the people. I used to go to the Willis Road flea market.
You have mentioned many places, which is specifically in Richmond, Virginia, for those that recognize. But again, you know your place where you live, and farmer markets are places to go.
Yeah, they're popping up all over the place.
Okay.
And all you have to do is Google up farmer's market and the zip code, and you'll find out where they are. So,
Jenette, you make lotions and oils,
oils. I make hair products. I make products out of rice water. I use a lot of aloe vera. I get the really large aloe vera. I juice it up. I juice up the cactus, and I put that in. I use like lemongrass. I use lemongrass, lemon. Rosemary, all of any of the essential oils.
Okay.
Because when you buy from the store, what you're buying is 5 to 10 years worth of products that they put in there, so it can last.
They put the preservatives in there.
Yeah, those are the preservatives they put in it, so that it can last through the tunnel.
Okay.
So that it won't separate.
Okay.
Those are the same chemicals that can affect you that they put in there. So they put that amount in for the longevity of the product. That's why I just make everything I use. I make it myself so it can be natural. Okay, so
Jenette, For the Love of Baby Boomers can be found on Facebook, and it's the number 4. And love is spelled L-U-V. You can find us there, and you can text us and join us, or you can get in touch with us by way of email, fortheloveofbabyboomers@gmail.com. We'll be back.
Tune in to Culture Mix Radio, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Powered by K101.2 Pop, Richmond.
Welcome back. This is Dolores, your host for the Love of Baby Boomers, sponsored by Lively. They have medical alerts, and as a boomer, that is something that you might be interested in. For a referral number, it's 523-2304, Lively Medical Alert. Welcome back, and we have Jenette with us.
Thank you.
Jenette, in the first segment of the show, you had mentioned some people. You started with your grandmother. Then you mentioned Dick Gregory.
Yeah.
I'd like you to speak more on what exactly you remember about these two people and anybody else.
Many more, but yeah. They were just amazing. I would go to D.C. I've been to a house. Ayana Gregory is a friend of mine. One of his daughter who sings very good singer. And I moved around with people in D.C., part of SNCC, and speak, around people to speak your truth, regardless of how it affects you. You have to be true to yourself. So I was always leaving Richmond to catch the bus to D.C. because in my neighborhood, everybody was going to Howard University, Grambling, Morehouse, which was in Atlanta, but Morgan State. Anyway, I had the opportunity to go and stay on campus with them, and I met Gil Scott-Heron, Donna Bird, and the Blackbird. I mean, it was really just a great time. The energy, the music, the words, the positiveness, and everything was just about natural. Dick Gregory was always out there giving you good information about what to do, what not to do, how people give him information on the inside to tell him what's really going on. And he tells you about food. He tells you how you should be grounding yourself, like take your shoes off and walk with nature. We wear too many rubber shoes.
Now, wait a minute. Okay. And going back to Dick Gregory, his time was like, what, 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Yes. And now they talk about grounding.
Now they're talking about grounding.
Right, exactly.
But that's how it is. When you're ahead of yourself and people, the masses are not, that's just how it is. And I used to go to, I went to Honduras about 3 times to visit Dr. Sebi. I went about 2 times to Jamaica to visit Dr. Iris. He's an organic whole food cook.
Okay.
So he would tell me where to bring the nuts and make sure they're raw nuts, and he would soak them overnight so it removes all the air. I didn't know that happened. So I'm always learning and obtaining things. So he just soaked the nuts, and he would use the nuts, grind them up, and make the pie crust. And then we would get the strawberries and the berries, and everything was just natural. His name is, he go by Dr. Iris. He has a PhD in food science, but he's located in Jamaica. He's from Honduras also, but his foundation is in Jamaica, and he's known all over the world. So there was a couple of people I went to visit in Puerto Rico, same type of people. So I've always been connected or gravitated toward people who was involved with natural things, because I come from, not because I come from the country, maybe because I was just interested in it. So I just followed that path.
It sounded like your interest was there, but you also had your grandmother. You had
grandmother.
People in your life that brought it out.
Yeah, and everything I did, like when I went to school to be an art teacher, when I went back to school to become a nurse, it just pulled me back. I wasn't really, it just didn't do anything for me. I'm used to going outside when I want to go outside. So I knew I had to be an entrepreneur. I knew I had to have my own business to get the sunlight when I want the sunlight, or to sleep in bed however long I could. So I just stayed true to myself and stayed an entrepreneur and did the things I enjoyed for the most part. A lot of people come to me and they have illnesses, and I talk to them about a lot of people are constipated, so I talked to them about things like aloe vera, how you can juice it up and put it in your smoothies, and you drink it, how important water is, and leaving that processed stuff alone, leaving that fried food alone, stop eating out, eat at home. You should have all kinds of raw foods, fruits and vegetables in your refrigerator.
Absolutely.
Because that's where the enzymes are. Everything you eat, most of everything you eat is dead, if you really think about it. The only thing that is alive are fruit and vegetables, but they have the live enzymes there that's ready to heal your body. And then it's good to get used to eating different foods you've never eaten before, like parsley, cilantro, because they have amazing effects on the body. Beets, the chard, spinach, kale, squash, and then eat the different types of squash from other countries. They're just as good. Go to an international store and just, experiment. I eat a lot of the dragon fruit because of the seeds that's in it, and it go right through me. Mm-hmm. So it keeps me open for the most part. It's the yellow. It costs about $8.99 a pound, but 2 of them will cost about $15. But when you love yourself,
Yeah, you treat yourself.
you give that to you, because if you're going to take medicine over that, So I stay open in terms of my body, detox, because of the amount of fruits that I eat, and vegetables for the most part.
You know, Jenette, while you were talking, it brought so much to light. I wrote a book, Blend for Life.
Yeah.
And in that
did.
book, one of the things I said was to learn a different fruit.
Yes.
As often as you can.
Yes.
Go into a grocery store. If there's something that you don't know, is not familiar to you, ask. Read on it. Take it home and experiment.
Yeah.
But open your mind up, okay? And, fruits and vegetables, all the different colors.
Yeah.
They have nutrients for you.
Yes, absolutely.
And if it's no good, it's going to die and it's going to look dead and you're not going to want it.
Yeah.
Period.
Because even when people buy meat, okay, let's keep it real. Meat, the color of meat is not candy apple red.
No.
That is dye. Mm-hmm. Meat, when it's dead, is gray. Mm-hmm. And then it turns black, and then it rots. Mm-hmm. So what we're eating when we buy this red ground meat or red steak, we're eating more chemicals.
More chemicals.
So you have to be mindful of what you're doing, what you're putting in your body, for the most part. Mm-hmm. If you want some fresh meat, go to a farmer, or somebody's farm who sells, the goat, the chicken, the cow, whatever, and you get it fresh. That's the only way you're going to get it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have places that you could go to here in Virginia, here in Richmond, and they raise their farm, they raise their cows and chickens, and they process it, they break it down so that you could buy it. It's a lot fresher than going to some of these grocery stores. In terms
of the preservative, but I would also say don't eat meat anymore. I'd say that. I'm not saying that.
There's a lot of people with that comment. They're like,
I'm not. I know, but I'm just putting it out there because I am here to plant a seed.
Okay.
I am here by design to leave a message. So I'm speaking from my truth.
Okay.
If you saw the way they kill animals, it is horrific. I mean, even the way they beat them in the head with a sledgehammer or drop them in the water. I mean, I used to eat meat, So, but what I'm saying is when we eat meat, the meat ultimately end up eating us. Because when you eat meat, eventually it rots in your intestines. And then it starts affecting all your other organs. Mm-hmm. Meat also creates mucus.
Yeah.
So meat.
Dr. Sebi talked a lot about mucus.
Yeah. And that's one way to get rid of mucus. The other thing about meat is when you kill meat, it's in a state of fear and death, knowing that they're going to die. So that puts them in that state of adrenaline rush.
The fight or flight.
That fight or flight. Mm-hmm. We eat the meat in that state. Mm-hmm. So that adrenaline or that fight or flight affects us. So that's why I say when we eat the meat eats us. Mm-hmm. Because of what it does to the body. Now, I mean, even if you just cut back on the meat and you don't want to fry the meat, because fried meat and that little hard crust you like, that ain't nothing but fried mucus. Mm. That fat.
Boy, that's the way it sounds. It's
so,
enough to turn you off.
Well,
you said fried.
But that's what helped me. I look at how they're killed. Fried mucus. That's what helps me. I look at how the animal was killed, and it just turns me off. Okay. But go straight to God's food, the fresh fruit, the fresh vegetables. You know, when you do the process, and a lot of people may not know what process is, but anything in a box is not good for you.
Yeah.
God food is right there on the ground or right there.
Live
there.
food.
Live food.
Live.
That will heal you. And you can live off of that for the rest of your life. But we have to get used to, you know, not eating out anymore. And just keep this in mind. When you go to a high-end restaurant, fine dining, and they say they use olive oil, I know how much olive oil costs. And I'd be going like, okay, y'all using olive oil. So you have to switch it out eventually every so many hours before you start cooking. So how often are they switching it out, and are they switching it out?
Yeah.
Because the oil becomes rancid or you can't use it but so often.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
So how healthy are they? Or their food? And they're all using microwaves.
Right.
That's radio waves.
And
Nobody's using the oven anymore.
I have a problem with the soups that they make. A lot of the soup, it could taste so yummy, but they are using the processed broth, the processed liquid, to make something that should be healthy.
Yes.
Processed.
Yes, processed. Processed is processed.
And if you have diabetes or high blood pressure,
oh my God.
that just doesn't work for you. It just doesn't work.
And with high blood pressure, first of all, you have to get the weight down. The way you get the weight down, you got to walk. You got to do some type of exercise. You got to drink water. You got to be hydrated. You got to be eating fresh food for the most part. You can do yoga. You can walk. You can sit down and do chair exercises or whatever. But high blood